Welcome to The Tea and the Take. I am your host, Gabriella Wisdom, and this is Mari Altynbay.
Hi.
She's an actress, model, all-around artist.
Yes.
And Mari, do you have any tea for me today?
So much tea.
Oh, really?
Well, I guess I can start with the tea of how we met.
Oh, please, enlighten me.
Do you want to talk about
I
that?
do. Let's get into it.
Well, long story short,
Mm-hmm.
I was just in London at drama school. I just graduated from RADA. And when I was in London, when you're at drama school, there's not a lot of time to date.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't have any personal life. And so I was on a dating app. I don't have to name the one, but saw a guy on there. We matched, we talked, we FaceTimed, and he lived in LA, and I was planning to move back to LA as I am right now after I graduated. And turns out he was your current boyfriend.
Yes, that is correct. Yep. That is how we met, which I
didn't know about. And I actually rate how we met so much because as you do when you first meet a guy, I feel like you look on their Instagram and you see the ex a lot of the time.
Yep.
Maybe I'm the only one who does that.
Absolutely not. But everyone watching this, you know you've done it.
You know you've done it.
You know you have.
And I even wrote a short film about literally that subject. But yeah, so I saw you on his Instagram and whatnot. And then I saw you do a post that was like, guys, I'm still dating him. If you matched with him, it was much more eloquent than what I'm saying, but and I was like, you know what? I believe her. Like, I believe her. She's not I hate the term that crazy ex. Oh, she's so crazy. Da, da, da. I think it's a red flag if a guy says that on a first date or whatever.
Oh, absolutely.
And I feel like maybe you got that a lot. I don't know.
You know what? I think I expected to get that. I actually, to my face, never got that once. And you know why? It's because
it's the truth.
I came with the receipts.
There you go.
I came with over $200 screenshots.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I am going to sound like a crazy ex.
Yeah.
So I did a little recon mission for about a month, 2 months, where I just collected all the data. And I'm like, I've got all of his journal entries screenshotted where he talks about how much he hates me for months while he's telling me.
And for context for the people, you found it all accidentally, just so we.
Yeah, I found it accidentally. We lived together.
But long story short, I saw your story and I was like, wait a second, what's up? So I think I DM'd you.
You did.
I DM'd you and you were like, oh my gosh. And you sent me all the receipts and you were like, by the way, this is not. And it turned into this conversation. We became friends and that's my tea.
Yeah.
Though I will say, the thing of belief, I think and if you don't mind me saying, what really struck out to me was how you did say, this particular person was a bit abusive emotionally and a narcissist and whatnot. And I think that gets thrown around a lot. And I wanted to just mention really quickly that I think this is so cool that I get to do this podcast and we can talk about this for a second because I myself was coming out of a very abusive relationship when I was in London. And I was on the outskirts of it and I was having a lot of mental breakdowns. And I think the interesting thing is upon intensive therapy this summer and also just reflecting on what happened with that, I think when I was in it, it was very hard and I was in a very bad way because I was in that very horrible abusive relationship that I couldn't really escape in a sense. And what I realized after the past 3 months and 4 months after being away from that is that I would not have believed you 3 years ago. And that's on me. And I feel like whenever I remember I had a friend who was saying this about another friend of mine that he was abusive, he was a narcissist. And I did not believe her. Maybe I didn't want to believe her. And I think my ex, as well as I think yours, was very charming, was very nice, was very happy.
Yes.
And I found myself in the situation that I made another girl feel 3 years ago, I feel like. And pretty much all my girlfriends didn't believe me or just wanted to turn the other cheek, and we're like, but he's so nice, but he's so funny, but he's so charming. There's no way. And I just think.
I actually haven't really talked about how abusive he was to me because I've really made the focus of this whole thing except to you and the women. When the women reach out to me, I tell you as a caution, I'm like, I've told everyone that I've talked to about him, I'm not saying don't be with him because that's not my place. I'm telling you my experience so you don't become me. And I tell the women about the abuse,
Yeah.
but I haven't made the abuse public. I've made it public in the sense of like, if you're dating him, you're one of 42 women at least.
Yeah. You didn't.
Yes,
And
but
you didn't talk about
continue.
Yeah, but just even to touch on the experience. Yeah, again, and I'm saying the experience that I had with this
Yes,
person as well.
absolutely.
But I think what struck out to me when I was starting to talk to you and what made me really believe you, not only I was coming out of it and I went through it and but it was something you said. You said, I wish someone told me this 2 years ago, so it would have saved me 2 years of my life. And that really struck because I realized, oh, you know what? I wish someone had told me. I wish an ex of my exes had been like, hey, look, he was like this to me. That would have, but maybe I wouldn't have believed her. But I think my point is, I suppose, is like, it'd be really awesome if women, you know, how do I put this? Like, I think it
just start believing each other.
Yeah. And I think it sucks that for us, at least in my experience, to only believe another girl about a guy is if they have gone through abuse themselves. And I think that really is shitty. So I think maybe we should start somehow just for the future. I would just say, just start saying, hey, you know what? The T app. Yeah. And also saying, hey, you know what? Maybe that's not the whole truth. Yes, maybe he's my friend. Maybe he's charming. Maybe blah, blah, blah. But let me think that that's not the full picture. And I think even that little, if I could even say that on this podcast, that would be amazing. Because I think that would be lovely for women to just start to, sorry.
I know. I love that you're sharing that. That's, I'm very passionate about that as well. You're actually a big reason that I left some of our pictures up on Instagram and I just put a warning under the caption.
That's the one I saw.
Yeah. Because I was like, you know what? If I'm going to like actually make this worth the pain that I went through, it's through saving other people the same experience.
Exactly.
Because like you said, a lot of his exes reached out to me once we broke up and they were like, I've been wanting to reach out to you since you guys started dating. And I just didn't think you'd believe me. And I'm like, honestly, if all of you had reached out to me, I would have, but I also would have taken it into consideration because I've been with a person that he turned out to be before, like similar, but he was really charming at first. He really wanted a place to live and he thought I could help him with his career, I think. I don't really know what his motive was, but he definitely wasn't in it to be with me. He was getting stuff out of it. So he was very charming for a lot of our relationship.
Yeah. And I think, and my ex, I'm pretty sure is a diagnosed pretty much narcissist. And I think a lot of narcissistic qualities is, you know, the love bombing, the charming, the everything to get what they actually want. And then but I'm so grateful that you reached out because that I reached out because honestly, I feel like it was a blessing that I was coming out of this horrible thing. Yeah. You know, and I would have, I mean,
you would have just gone back into
a new one. Yeah.
And that was my whole purpose in doing it. It actually took, even while I was getting like all of like the proof or whatever, I was so conflicted because I was like, on one hand, he was telling me, he was like, can you still watch my cat for me? You can still come over whenever you want, even when I move out. And it's like, yes, he was abusive, but I loved this version of him that I still love. I still love the version of him that I thought was real. And
maybe there was a part, like that's the thing. I think the big thing that people don't, at least what a lot of things that I got it and what I imagine sometimes women go through is, well, why did you stay? Well, why did blah, 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 blah. And I think maybe a lot of people do realize that, but I think you can't undo the happiness. You can't undo the love. And I think Stockholm syndrome is a real thing. And I think missing your abuser is a real thing.
Yeah. And I go through these moments still. Like it's been, I don't even know. It's been quite a few months. And I still have those moments where I'm like, I miss my person. And I just have to remember that like, that's not real. Like the person I miss was never real to begin with. Yeah. But
fascinating psychology, people.
It's so crazy.
But the T app. Shout out
the T app. It's a great place. I know that there's been a lot of controversy on it, but I posted about him. I have like over 50 red flags on him. If you are on the app, you know what that means. And there's like over like 40 comments of other girls telling their experiences with him. And I think it's really important if you have a negative experience with somebody and you see something, maybe also leave a comment on that to like bring it validity, because I think, especially for me, if I see,
and it's all anonymous. So like,
it's all anonymous.
Why would you lie?
Yeah. But it's like, if one girl has posted and there's like a lot of girls saying the same thing, that really, it helps the girls in the future be like, okay, I don't want to be with somebody who's going to continuously do this to other people.
Exactly.
And that's not to like hate on men and be like, oh, like you did one thing bad. Cause like relationships are hard.
Of course.
But it's like somebody like this, who's like constantly, like every ex I talked to of his was like, I'm in therapy and I have been for years and I'm not okay. And like and that's why I did this. That's why why like I said, I was about to say, I had this like a tough time sometimes in doing it. Cause I was like, I'm giving up every connection I have to him. Cause I know I'm like torpedoing that bridge, but it was worth it because I'm like, imagine these 42 girls that I could save.
Yeah.
And then imagine this man that doesn't love me,
Yeah.
that doesn't like me, but will use me and still be in my life, but will cause me emotional turmoil.
Yeah.
And I had to make a choice. And I was like, these women are going to cuss me out. They're not going to believe me. And I was like, I'm still picking the women. And I picked it, and none of them did that.
Well,
not everyone messaged me back.
Yeah.
But everyone was really kind to me that did talk to me. So,
and can I just say that I find that incredibly brave. After like even having gone through a very abusive relationship as well, like I can't imagine the bravery that took to actually be like, you know what, this sucks. And this is horrible for me to maybe get shut down or called all these things and not believed, because that's so scary. That's why I think that's why survivors don't speak out a lot of the time is like, look at what's happening with, I'm not going to get into politics, but it's, but I think it's super, super brave. And
thank you.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that. I don't know.
I just wish we could stop. Like, let's not only believe women once we go through it ourselves.
Yeah.
Let's just like stop that pattern.
Do your research.
Yeah.
If there is a history of it and there are multiple women, I'm not saying it should take multiple women, but I mean, like, especially if there is, let's just go ahead and believe the women.
And I'm one that did, like, and this is, the last thing I'll say about this, but with my abuser, like, I did see patterns of maybe his ex is also going through that. And you know what I thought? I thought,
you were special.
I was special. It's not going to be me.
Yep.
She must be crazy.
I talked to a couple girls that were the women I texted, and they were like, but I'm special to him. And I'm like, no one is special to him. Whoever he can use the most in that moment is special to him.
And look, that's different to every different abuser, narcissistic guy, right? But like, let's just stop thinking that it's just because it happens to someone else, it's not going to happen to you. I think exactly. It just that just sucks. And I'm one to admit that I was one of those women who was like, it's not going to happen to me. And then it did. And so
I think this is a very common story in today's dating world.
Yep.
And it kind of like segues like into the reality show aspect of it, because I mean, there's a lot of toxicity on reality shows right now. I mean, there always has been. That's what they're centered around.
Have you seen the documentary about the girl who was being
catfished by her mom?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God, did we just ruin that for everyone?
No. Everyone's knows it by now.
Okay.
That's
spoilers ahead.
That is a crazy story. And what's Munchausen by proxy? It has to be some version of that, because that is just, you watch it and you're just like, oh my God. And she's just, but I love her.
Yeah. But I think that's a great segue. I think even with, abusive relationships and reality shows like that, right? That's her mom. She loves her daughter. She loves her mom. And it's like, how the F do we do this to people that we love? And I think, I even talked to my therapist about this. And I think my opinion of that mom is that she definitely was some sort of narcissist. I don't know.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think I asked my therapist, I was like, but do they love, like, but so they don't love me? And she was like, no, it's just that narcissists, their love is conditional. They do love, it's very conditional. It's like, if you follow these da-da-da-da-da. And I think maybe with that show, especially maybe the mom was like, well, I'm going to have my conditions for how I want my daughter to.
Yeah, it was very, I love a good documentary. And that one, I already knew the story because I'd heard it on like some of my like other podcasts I listened to.
Yeah.
But it was very jarring to watch and just be like, to see in real time and just be like, I know who this is. And they're like, who is it? And I'm just like, I know, and I don't want to know.
Looks like that lady right there. But do you have any tea for me?
Any tea for you? Oh, girl, we talked about so much tea.
The tea app. We didn't mention the tea app. Sorry.
We did.
Can I say one thing about the tea app? I didn't know this before you told me about it. And genuinely, I know it has a lot of controversy. I don't want to get into the politics of that at all. But I will say, I just was like, this is such a cool idea.
It really is.
I'm sorry. Like, it's like the amount of stories that I see of young girls or women going on dates through various dating apps and then finding out that person is insane, or like are many of them are in very dangerous situations. You know what I mean? And it's like, if there's an app that actually keeps women safe and you can actually look, and there's like, you can look up someone and be like, hey, is this a good person? And then you get like 50 other girls who are anonymous as hell. Like
and they're being like, no, don't do it.
Yeah. And I mean, like, find it super, or there's green flags. Some people are like, he's great.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. Only the bad stuff gets highlighted. And there is some good stuff on there. Like some people are like, this guy, like people put that all the time. Like, this guy's a really good guy. We just didn't work out. Yeah. I'm always like, why would I waste my time talking you up? I don't know. That's me personally. I'm only there for like the do not date this guy. Yeah.
Which is great.
But I think that's kind to do.
I think it's kind. And I think I wish this was worldwide. I feel like I wish every country had
I did just have a thought.
A different app.
What if that is the men? putting themselves on the app.
But see,
being like, date me.
But see, it has to.
You know, the green flags.
But thing is, you have to. That'd be funny. But just so if you don't know what the T app is, you do have to verify. You have to send in a selfie.
That's true.
To make sure.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
That's
and you
true.
can't screenshot anything. So
you cannot screenshot anything.
And my wish for the T app, if you're listening, could you please be worldwide?
Yes.
Because it sucks that it's just in the States. I would love for it to be in England.
Yeah.
In France.
Yes.
Everywhere.
Very true. I think it's a great network to keep people safe. There's actually,
I mean, have it for the guys too. I'm not like, you know.
Well, no, they did try. They actually, no. They did try to do it for men, and men were sharing tapes and pictures of their ex-girlfriends, and it got shut down in one day, I think. Well, it got shut down very quickly is what I heard.
Then let's not do that, guys.
Let's not do that. It's a crazy world out there. Have you ever considered, this is like a segue out of it. Yeah. Have you ever considered going on a dating show, or are you scared you're going to meet people like the people we just discussed?
Oh my gosh. No, I'm not scared of, do you mean like The Bachelor or something?
Yeah, like any kind of reality show. If you could pick a reality show to go on, which one would it be?
If I had to?
No, if you wanted to.
Oh, okay. I don't think I would want to ever.
Never?
No. Okay. No. And the reason, I don't think it's because of who I might meet. Like, if they're
even a competition show.
I don't think so.
You're just like, no.
I'm just for me.
Yes.
I love watching them. I love it. I just don't think I would flourish in that environment. Would you flourish in that?
Absolutely. I've done one.
No.
Yeah, I did one.
What did you do?
It's Love in the Jungle on Discovery Plus.
No.
I was only on like the last 3 episodes or something like that.
What did you have to
loved
do?
it.
Was it like,
it's like a dating
Love
show.
Island? No way.
Actually, so the reason I got on it is because I was like getting cast to be on the first season of Love Island, like the American version.
Why didn't you go?
They didn't want me. They changed their mind last minute. I just felt like I just didn't want to. No, they changed their mind in casting. And then no. Because I was like on a short list for that show, this show hit me up and I should have said no, but I did it. Which it was a great team, great experience, just not the show for me. I just didn't, if that was my one reality show, I hate that I cashed in all my reality show bucks on that show.
Yeah.
But my favorite thing about that show is I would always look at the cameras, like The Office.
Yeah.
And they were like, stop doing that. And I was like, never. Like somebody would do something, I'd be like,
that's so funny.
And I found it hilarious. I was like, please put that in there.
There honestly should be a reality show.
I think they put like
I would
one
watch
in there.
that. I would watch that.
I'm like, that is what people want to see.
That'd be really funny.
It was so funny. Like, I know I made some crazy faces because I don't drink and everyone was really drunk and I was just kind of like, they'd be doing stuff. And I remember I'd do like slow turns to the camera and I'd be like, and just like, I'd make a face and they'd be like, stop doing that. And I'd be like,
that's so fun. I wish, because that brings realness. I think the part of me that I love the Bachelor series, like I love that whole whatever, but everyone's like, oh, it's so scripted. It's so scripted. I think that would bring actually truth to that. If we just did
it's been so long since I've done my show, so I don't really know what I'm allowed to say or not. I'm just kind of gonna go with it. From my experience on the brief interaction I had, they don't tell you what to do, but they heavily imply it. There was a man on my show. They really wanted me. They really wanted me to pair up with this specific guy, and I was not about it. And they would push it. Like we would go to an interview, and the producers would be like, "So, what do you think about him? Like you guys have so much in common." I was like, "No, I don't care if we have things in common. I don't like how he is as a person."
Yeah.
And I remember they're like,
have a drink.
No,
actually, I was going to ask you, how was that? I think it's so cool that you don't drink. Like, I genuinely think it's amazing. Because I'm really want to do that, getting there. But how did you deal with the pressure of that? Because I feel like
so I've actually never tasted alcohol, never tried it. You can't miss something you've never tried. And I grew up kind of like in a Christian cult situation. And so to me, growing up, I was always told like, if you drink alcohol, you are going to hell. And I just really believed that. And then by the time I like obviously don't believe that anymore.
Yeah.
I kind of just like looked around and I was like, do I really need alcohol? And I was like, no, I don't.
That's amazing.
And so I just have never introduced it into my life and I never care to.
It's great.
When I went on the
show. It is poison. I would say it's poison.
It is poison.
In my experience, it's poison.
And I never feel pressured to drink at all. I would say the only times in my life that I've ever wanted to drink is when I'm at my lowest. And that shows me in itself the reason I should never drink.
Exactly.
I've never felt the urge to drink to have fun. It's only in my like lowest moments that I'm like, if I drank this, would I forget about everything going on? And then I'm like,
you would for a night.
And that's why I'm like, you know what? That's why you shouldn't drink because that is not how I'm going to deal with my problems. I'm just going to get through them somehow.
Oh, it's so healthy. I think it's amazing. But how did you deal with that pressure on reality shows?
So they really tried to push the agenda of a good old girl from Oklahoma drinking for the first time. And they would like really tempt me with it. And I was like, I'm literally not tempted.
Yeah.
Plus I was like, first time drinking on a reality TV show. Am I crazy? No, that is not happening.
Yeah.
If I ever drink, it would be like in a very safe environment with people I trust.
Yeah.
Not with cameras in my face being like, what is she going to do?
Yeah.
And me being like, no, that's not happening.
That's amazing.
But I drink a lot. I got really addicted to Red Bulls on that show. And I'd never really had them beforehand because basically while everyone was drinking, they were just like Red Bull.
Yeah.
But like I said, they would really push.
Okay. So like
they took it okay.
So if I went on The
They
Bachelor,
didn't force me.
and
No.
and I was like, I'm not drinking, they wouldn't.
They probably, you would drink.
Oh.
You have drank before, you probably would. It would be really hard not to. It'd be really.
See, this is why I can't go on The Bachelor.
The other contestants would pressure you.
Yeah.
I feel more pressure from people to drink than like producers. Producers didn't really pressure me, but they definitely, I remember like anytime I'd be around the alcohol, they would like have a camera following me because they're like, oh, is she gonna? And I'm like, no, I'm not, ever. Thank you.
That's so funny. Oh my
but
gosh.
they really do have an agenda. I wouldn't say it's like scripted, but like it does seem like if they really want something to happen, they'll try to be like in the interview, like bring it up a lot.
Yeah. I mean, have you seen Unreal?
I have. I love that show.
Well, that I think is
love it.
an amazing,
and
like,
it's very true. It's
Yeah.
honestly very realistic to how I see. I was on I wasn't on like a reality show like Survivor or Big Brother, so like I'm not sure how they do things. I assume it's a little similar, where it's like they kind of lead you a little. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just know my experience, but I remember the guy I didn't like, I overheard a producer telling him to try to kiss me, and they put us in a situation where he could try that.
Yeah.
And I remember telling him, I'm like, if you try to kiss me, I will reject you. I will. Like, it's not happening. And he was like, oh, okay. And then he's like looking at them like all like, what do I do? And I'm like, I'm not kissing him. It's not happening.
So funny.
So I would not do good on Love Island. I'm so glad I didn't get cast because like the kissing challenge, I would be like, peck. Like,
maybe you should be on Too Hot to Handle.
Absolutely.
Because then you can just be like,
but I'm not too hot to handle.
You are too hot to handle.
No, like I'm not like I'm not a very sexual person.
Oh no, yeah, but that's the whole point of the show.
It's like really horny people like trying
exactly. But you could be like the spot, like the because you don't care and you don't drink, and then you can actually win all the money.
But they don't want somebody like me. They want somebody who's going to be a hot mess.
Right. Yeah.
I'm going to be really put together and be like, I'm taking all this.
Well, you're an actor. You can. Sorry, I'm really selling you. They're going to be like, well,
they're going to be like, no.
I would do so well in The Bachelor, I think. Because
I think you would.
Because I would be a hot mess.
Do you know the casting for next season?
Really?
Did you hear about the casting?
No.
Do you know who
wait, aren't
Frankie
they
Paul.
Someone from
Yes.
Okay. That's
Have you seen that show?
No. What it's called?
It's so good.
Mormon Wives, right?
The Secret. It is a good show.
Really?
There's only 2 seasons. I highly recommend it. I love her. It is going to be so exciting to see what they do with this season because honestly, it has gotten a bit stale.
Well, that's what I mean. I think when you ask like, would I ever go? I think like props to those people.
Yeah.
They look awesome. They're having so much fun. And Bachelor Nation is so fun. Not saying anything against it. I just think like perhaps I would just feel like I would be pigeonholed into that world forever. And then if I ever try to, do anything else, they'd be like, oh, that Bachelor girl. And I just don't want to do that. If that makes sense. So, but I think that's why it's cool that they're taking someone from the outside world of the Bachelor Nation. And I think that's what the show was originally supposed to be like, right? I'm
just excited because I think like she is a very like unhinged person in the way that I love.
Okay. Cool.
Like I love watching her and I think like, and I like all the girls that do Bachelor, obviously. I think they do a great job, but I think sometimes they get a little bit too trained to like the Bachelor. Like this is how we want you to act. Like very like Miss America. You know what I mean?
It's a style. Yeah.
And this girl, I hope she stays true to herself and she's just like, hell no.
Yeah.
She's like, get out of here. Like,
I mean, I'll watch that season.
It's coming. It's coming soon. I'm so excited to see it. I love like anytime she's on the screen, I'm tuned in. So props to them for taking a risk on her. I hope that she kills it. I hope she meets somebody. She's also a single mom of 3, I believe. Wow. So that's really awesome. I think that's a first for them. I know they've had a single mom before, but I don't think it was of 3.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really interesting to see how the season plays out. I'm definitely going to be, I don't think I've watched the last like 2 or 3 seasons.
Same.
But I'm watching this season. I am tuned in.
I'm going to be there too.
Great. I'll have you back on.
Yeah.
We'll do some commentary halfway through maybe and let you know our thoughts.
Sick.
I also feel like sometimes I have to watch it because Bachelor in Paradise. I love Bachelor in Paradise. Did you watch the season though?
This season, I'm like, I think I have a couple of episodes left.
I'm not loving the new Bachelor in Paradise.
Really?
No.
Because it's like a new
Yeah, I don't like it.
It's like it's not as like shabby. I think it's not as shabby.
They're trying to like make it into like a game show like Love Island.
Yeah.
And I get it, but
it's too pristine now. It's too nice.
Well, also it's like these contestants that do The Bachelor, they don't know how to play a game for money.
Yeah.
Because like it's getting to a point where it's like this isn't about love anymore. It's about the money. And it's like
even they're like, can we just drink and have a date?
Yeah. And like even like Love Island, I feel like they don't really like people are like, I want to win the money, but like they don't take it to like a cutthroat level like that. If they do, it's like behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And it was interesting to watch, but like I really was like sad because I love Bachelor in Paradise. I do love the messiness and the beach and the dates.
Wait, do you watch Vanderpump Rules?
No.
Oh, okay.
I've heard so much. I need to, but why don't you fill me in?
I mean, okay, well, my thing with Vanderpump Rules, I started watching on season like whatever that was, the 14, 15, where everyone was like, you have to watch it because of Raquel.
Yep.
And so I don't know what can we curse on here? No, we can't. Probably not.
Yes.
Oh, we can?
Yes.
I know. I didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. But I was in drama school and I think I was so, you do Chekhov all day and you do Shakespeare all day and you do a bunch of different things like that. And I think I like to go, at least when I was in drama school, I would like to go home and like watch some just like stupid shit just to like tune out and just watch drama.
Go ahead.
No. And I was going to say that someone told me about Vanderpump Rules and I was like, fuck it, I'll just watch Vanderpump Rules. And I became obsessed. It's so good. And now every time and then I realized I actually applied to be a host at one of the Vanderpump restaurants like years back.
Oh, that's so cool.
And so when I was watching it, I was like, wait a second.
So you'd be on Vanderpump.
Yeah.
So you were taking back your answer.
I would have been on Vanderpump Rules.
I've always heard that I need to watch that show, but for me, I cannot start a show midway. I have to start from season 1. And there's just so many seasons that like every time I'm like, I'm going to start it. Cause like, I have to start at the beginning. Really? I have to know all the characters. I want to know all the lore. I can't start in the middle or like season 14. I'm caught up on like what happened, but I'm not as invested as I would have been if I would have like been watching.
I mean, I get that.
But it's very interesting.
Yeah.
And I just
started from the start though. Cause I had a lot of my British friends who were like, oh my God. Like they started from season 1 and I was like, wait till you get to season 15.
I do think it's interesting that so many like actors do love reality. And I think it is part of that, like sometimes
human nature.
But it's like your whole job is like acting on screen. And like sometimes when I'm watching things, I can be a little critical or I can just be like, wow, I just feel really immersed. I feel like whenever I'm watching something that somebody like acted in, I have to give it like my full attention. And with reality, I feel like it can be more casual. So it feels more of like a, like let me just like turn my brain off and just watch this and be like, wow, that was crazy.
Yeah.
But like for example, I just watched an interview with James Gunn on Big Brother. He's a huge Big Brother fan, and I'm like, I would never have thought. So he's like, I've been watching since season 1. I'm a huge fan, and he's like shouting out his favorites.
I don't even know Big Brother.
Oh my God,
what is it about?
Oh, where do we begin? Big Brother is they put like a bunch of people in a house, and they're all different races and ages.
Yeah,
and you basically compete to become HOH, which is head of household. Okay. And then you nominate like 2 people up for eviction. And then the last person standing gets voted on by everyone who got evicted on who wins $1 million. But it's like $750 now.
Oh, it's kind of like, I mean,
it's like Survivor, but in a house.
Or fuck, what is it? The British show is really good. And then they made it into an American one that wasn't that good. What was it called? Sorry, no offense, but what was it called? Traitors.
Yeah.
Have you seen Traitors?
I have. You know that they're doing a civilian one and I applied. Yeah. I'm excited.
Are you waiting?
Yeah, I'm waiting to hear back.
I really hope you're on that.
Please message me back.
I really hope you're on that. I would really love to be on Traitors.
They were like, so tell me about a time.
That's what I would be on. I would love to be on Traitors.
Yes, it's a great show. And in the interview questions, they were like, tell me about a time that you've dealt with a traitor. And I was like, buckle up, cowboys. And I was like, this summer.
Let me tell you about a thing called a T app.
Let me tell you about a man. Let me tell you about a very bad man. And I just said, they were like, have you ever like dealt with a traitor, or like, do you think you could be a traitor? And I said, I have learned from the best. LOL. I would love to be a traitor.
I actually think narcissists would do really well on that.
They
show.
do.
Yeah.
You don't think the narcissists are all over reality TV?
Probably. I haven't thought about that until now, right now, actually.
Oh, they're definitely all over reality TV. Yeah. But you know what's funny? My ex-boyfriend, I always would be like, would you ever, because like he would get hit up by Love Island every season, even when we were together. Even though I'm all over his page.
Honestly, he should go on that. I could see him on that.
He never would because it exposes them. And he was like, I would never do reality television. And I'm like, I always thought that was weird because I was like, he definitely would want to. But I'm like, oh, it would expose. And then, of course, he couldn't have his 42 girlfriends back home because then they all know.
No.
So that doesn't bode well for him.
No. But as a producer, I did produce my own short film.
You did?
Back in the day, before I went to RADA. And I, in my own tiny experience of being a producer, I feel like I would know if I'm doing a reality show, especially, who had a girlfriend, who has a fiance. And I would
You don't think they purposely cast those people to put a little mix in it? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Absolutely do.
I don't want to say they do that on purpose, but like, yeah, like you said, maybe sometimes if we're being honest, maybe they're like, they're gonna be like, oh, he's single. And then halfway through they can be like, oh, he had a girlfriend. And she's coming on the show. Every time they do that, I'm like, bring her on.
I love that they're like, whoa, she's here. It's like, you grabbed her an Uber from the airport probably. Why are you surprised?
She's picking you up.
Yeah, she
dropped you off.
Why? Like, it's like, follow the cameras. It's like, you
also
your assistant went to get her. What are we talking? Sorry, this is me being cynical.
Every time they like say like, oh, well, they're in a relationship. I'm like, great, bring that person on and let's talk to them. Give them their moment.
Oh my gosh,
like
people are interesting. That's why. Yes, that's why. As an actor, I fucking love
it. I have an idea.
What?
If you are that girlfriend, if you are that person, message me. Please come on the podcast. I would love your take on this.
That'd be amazing.
That would be the best for me. I'd be like, tell me everything. Tell me how you found out.
Yeah.
Tell me how you felt watching it.
Tell me lies.
Tell me lies.
Great show.
Tell me. Yeah, it is. But do you have anything else you want to shout out? Any projects you're working on?
Oh my gosh. No projects right now.
You just moved back. You were in London for a while.
I was in drama school. I went there just to get my training. And now I'm back auditioning. So
you've been back for like 2 months.
2 months.
You got amazing things ahead.
I mean, I will shout out my short film favorites because it's still in the circuit and I still haven't released it. So just, if you want it released, I mean, just...
What's the name of it?
It's called Favorites.
Oh.
And you can look on the Instagram.
Amazing.
Favorites, the short film. Yeah.
We'll have her link in there and you can go check it out. Please watch.
Yep.
Support.
Awesome.
I know you're an amazing artist. And
it actually is about literally what we talked about is about I think I came up with it when I was thinking about the obsession of like, at least me and my girlfriends at the time, a lot of them were like always knew exactly what their boyfriend's ex looked like and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, what is this obsession with like, even John Tucker Must Die, right? I was like, what is this obsession with, at least that I had with the ex? And we didn't talk about The Girlfriend, which is next time, the TV show The Girlfriend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, next time. Sorry. But yeah, so I created it literally based off of that and of that like obsession with how you can be in love and then with a person and you think about all these intimate moments that you have and then you think, well, how does that compete with them sharing it with another person, like the exact same hike, the exact same coffee cup, the exact same bed, the exact same everything. And it just feels like sometimes people are recycled a lot, at least in my experience of dating.
That's definitely how it felt for me.
Yeah. So that's what it's about if you guys want to check it out.
I love it. Well, please check it out. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We have to have you back sometime.
Please.
Thank you for listening, watching, and stay tuned.